tonight for the Kansas Jayhawks. At forward, a junior from Washington, D.C., number 0, Thomas Robinson.
Kid Gilchrist, as is often the case, defending the opponent's point guard. Because of his versatility, his length, his quickness, John Calipari likes to put him at the point of attack defensively.
Talking about two of the best defensive teams, if not the two best, all year long. Jones cradles, and there is block number 1 for
as he defends Taylor.
Terrence Jones starts out on Thomas Robinson. That's a little deep to allow him to catch it.
Put back. They say tie up, and it's going to Kentucky.
He's the nation's best, but Terrence Jones is an excellent shot blocker as well.
And Robinson's going to accept some shot blocks. There's going to be some offensive rebounding possibilities if he goes down there anyway. Think about the Jayhawk program, the burden they have on their shoulders. All the NCAA tournament losses early on, Northern Iowa, Bucknell, Bradley, last year VCU. I think they relish the role of, for once, being the underdog here tonight.
It's nice to have the script flipped.
That's for sure.
Davis will take his first shot, and it rattles out. And you heard Bill Self and that moment in the locker room saying, hey, all the pressure's on them. And we haven't even played our best game in the tournament yet. Robinson off on the jumper.
Long, picking his spots as to when to go and when to hold it. Excellent job using that strength to get all the way to the rim, rack to rack.
He did that the first 2 possessions of the Louisville game on Saturday, but didn't score in the second half. Rutherford too high with that. And that's reaching in on Robinson.
And that's a bad foul. I mean, he had no chance at that rebound. We saw that the other night.
And shows an outside game. Don't forget, Robinson also fouled out only 2 games this year, but one of them was that matchup against Kentucky back in November. Withy. They leave him alone and go inside, and there is Robinson. Pass to the wing, and Lamb with the 3. No. Tapped out. Davis. Other side, lost the handle. Off the floor. Robinson's there. This time the arrow will go.
Per game for Kentucky.
Robinson blocked from behind by Davis. Just when you thought it might be an easy basket to Gilchrist.
Which is what you want from bench players. A lot of production in short playing time stints.
Bounce pass, Robinson, not
and stronger than any guard that tries to defend him. Right now being defended by Elijah Johnson.
Jones wanted it, called for it. He wants to make the move, and he was calling for it.
Robinson was afraid to pick up that second foul. Just really did not play with any aggressiveness on that possession.
Yeah, he took himself right out of it, Steve. He's got to hold his position solidly without reaching with his hands.
Tapped up, no, by Wesley. And again, Kentucky
is able to be tuned in because he mentioned to me that he was going to be in town, and hopefully he's able to watch some of this one tonight.
Robinson, and that is blocked down, rebounded by Withy. Settle.
Kansas, I think, has a decision to make. Do they go for the offensive rebounds as they do here, or did
Lamb? And Kansas now is down by the biggest margin it's faced the whole tournament.
Well, we saw those deficits earlier in the tournament. The way they got back in those games was by pounding people inside and then defending. But they can't pound Kentucky inside. Robinson just 2 of 8 right now, and now 2 of 9.
More than any player in the history of the program. This is the 152nd game of his career, the homegrown talent. Taylor with the floater, and it rolls out. And at this point on Saturday, Steve, Kansas had to make a little rally, including a basket with a fraction of a second to go to cut the Ohio State lead to single digits.
It was one of the big plays of the game, Jim, and I think it's going to be important here as Davis picks up the offensive foul. I think it would be critical for Kansas to cut this thing down to 10 or maybe 9. You see the charge.
Well, it was called the charge. I'm not quite tournament.
With the confidence that they can come back and rely on their defense in the second half to get back in it.
Elijah Johnson, no. Robinson lost it on the way in, and it's off.
While he was out there, to the tune of a bunch of boards and block shots.
There's the give and go again. Robinson takes the tumble. Vargas is whistled.
Nothing easy. Kentucky playing a really solid defensive game.
Nice steal by Withy. Miller's pass into the lane. Taken away by the 7-footer. Driving in Robinson. But Kentucky crashes worse. Withy takes it back away.
Or a good fight that time by both Withy and Robinson. Our families operate on occasion. The execution for Kentucky has been splendid. Other than that pass there, and they're fortunate to get the ball back.
Kid Gilchrist takes it right past the kick. He's got 11.
He is so strong. It looked like Thomas Robinson was going to knock the ball.